So I was debating on doing question and answer 30, and then I'm like, I don't like leaving odd numbers. So, yes, we're doing question and answer 30 for a real important reason. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. I have to work tomorrow. Then after work, I've got to mop the floor, get everything looking spazzy. There's a new word for you. And prepared for the big event. Not that we're going to have visitors, because we won't, but just saying, just family. Not that I don't love my family, it's just, kind of sad. But, of course, I've told everybody I don't want visitors too, so I can, I'm my own worst enemy. But if you ever figure it out, I say, like, things like, don't come visit me, and that's usually Donnaism for, I wouldn't mind a visit. But anyway, 20 questions here for you. We're going to finish up the question and answers tonight. That way we can do the eulogy, the will, and maybe a couple of songs tomorrow night. I love your healthy hair. Do you prefer towel drying, blow drying, or natural drying? It's all about time. If I have plenty of time, I'll blow dry it. If I have no time at all, it's towel dry and natural dry. Or sometimes just natural dry and brush and comb later. But I always make sure I use my wet comb right after I wash it. So, which I say that now, and I'm like, where's my wet comb? It's disappeared. Okay. I enjoy the relationship advice segments. Thank you. Roughly guesstimate how many couples you have helped. I gotta know how many stayed together as well. Too many to calculate how many I've helped. Most have stayed together. There's been a few that hasn't, but I try to do my best in advice and be the relationship guru, seeing it from the outside, giving them a perspective that maybe they don't see. And I thank you for the honor and privilege to help you with doing that. After a long, hard day at work, would you rather talk on the phone or text? Y'all know what I do for a living, don't you? I'm not too much right now for talking on the phone, and it has nothing to do with the mouth. It's just, usually after a long, hard day at work, you might get me by text, but rarely will you get me by phone unless you're my mom, tell you the truth. And then she always wants to talk. But I enjoy it. What are you kind of snobby about? I'm not snobby about anything. I'm a down-home country girl, and I treat others the way I want to be treated. That's how I was raised. What is the craziest theme park or fair ride you've ever been on? I love the Scrambler. Totally do. It's just where you look like you're going to hit somebody and then you swerve just in time. You look like you're going to hit somebody and swerve, and it's just spinning around something crazy. It's one of my favorite rides. What movie never gets old no matter how many times you've seen it? Well, it would have to be Unleashing Mr. Darcy, Marrying Mr. Darcy, Sweet Home Alabama, 8 Seconds, Pure Country. Those are my top go-to movies. When I'm in a mood or a funk, I go to those movies. Also, Urban Cowboy. John Travolta. What music do you listen to when working out? Chris Young, Easton Corbin, Dustin Lynch, Dylan Scott, Scotty McCreery. I love him to death. And he just does a very good salute to classic country that he did on the Opry. If you haven't seen it, you got to check that out. Would you rather spend time with other people or at home alone? It depends on the mood. And sometimes I would like to spend it with other people, but then most of the time I don't know. I guess I've been so used to taking care of Grandma so long that I enjoy my own company. What do you do to unwind after a hard day? I usually go with Grandpa out to eat, and then maybe a store or two, and then home. But, and when we go to a store, it's for groceries, not anything luxurious. What are some films that you would make it on your top 50 list of movies? Some of the things I just said. Unleashing Mr. Darcy, Marrying Mr. Darcy. Basically, my Hallmark movies. I've got a few on DVD, like Puppy Love, Christmas Detour, and what was that one I just got? It was from the Harvest Time. But anyway, I got that one tonight to be like, oh, I'm going to put this DVD in while I'm, half conscious. I'm really hoping I'm awake on Saturday, because the Hallmark Channel is having a Ryan Paevey movie, and let's just say he's my favorite. Favorite food combo is, I love Arby's, and I used to love their salads there, but lately I've been kind of pampering myself because she keeps telling me how much I should enjoy food before I can't enjoy it no more, which I'm sure that, during the next week when I'm eating my baby food and my puddings and my puddings, that I'll be like going, I wish I could have this, I wish I could have that, but it'll be great for the diet, just saying. If someone came up to you and said, hey, do that thing you do, what would be the first thing that pops into your head? I would say, you need relationship help, don't you? How's your life going? Is your spouse or significant other causing you problems? What is it? Talk to me. I'll be your listening ear. I'll help you out. I'll find a way out of this madness, which I do a lot of the times. One of my friends even told me that I'm a better relationship therapist than her couples counseling that she's been to. So, what's a problem you have that might be entirely unique to you? Self-confidence. I don't know. I'm always doubting myself, thinking that I'm not a 10, thinking that why would any man want me because I'm not a 10? Or, the biological children thing, that I wouldn't be able to give them biological children because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. A lot of people view the adoption process of me giving up. I view it as I'm scared to death, and if, I had a man in my life that could help me through that process of being scared to death and be a listener and really understand where I'm coming from, then maybe we could move forward. But I have not met that man yet where I could tell him, you know what, go to hell. And he says, okay, I'm going to pack up and when are we leaving, Or, you've got PCOS, I've read up about it, I understand. And you know what? If having children by adoption is the only way for us, I'm good with that, because every child needs a loving, caring home. But I'm okay to do it on my own, people. Would you ever try space tourism if you could afford it? Why? It's up there again in the air, and I am scared of heights. Why would I want to do it? What do you resent paying most? I think we all resent paying health bills or dental bills that are outlandish, or, credit card bills, because, at the time we get to enjoy some of it with credit cards, but then later on it's, what was I thinking when the bill comes, What weird thing do you have nostalgia for? Well, every stuffed animal that I kept, I have a story behind every stuffed animal, and we don't have enough time for me to do a story on every stuffed animal. But I would say there's a husky in my room that was at my great grandpa's and grandma's, step great grandma's house, and they asked me what I wanted from her estate, and I said I always wanted that husky, and she never would let me take it home. It was her pride and joy. So from my step great grandma, I got the husky. From my actual great grandma, Pearl Kane, in the other room, I have Chatty Cathy. The box for Chatty Cathy is downstairs. So, that's pretty cool. And my great grandpa, Burl Henson, I have the fiddle that he made me downstairs. And the bow has got actual horse hair, so it's pretty cool. From my grandma and grandpa, they used to get me these bears every year with the footprint of the year, and it was either at the Kmart store, which is no longer here, or Walmart, and it's just cool to keep a little bit of that family tradition, even if it is stuffed animals or a musical instrument close by. Do you plan on watching the reboot of Beverly Hills 90210? I have mixed emotions because Luke Perry's not with us. I wish he was, and I'm sure they do too. But from what I heard, it sounds like it's going to be poking fun at their own characters and showcasing their sense of humor. Now, I don't like that. I don't want to watch something where they poke fun at themselves. I want them to go back to their storylines, their characters, and show the drama, show the impact, not so much a sense of humor. So mixed feelings on that. I may watch the first episode just to give it a fair shot. If you were featured on local news, what would you most likely be there on there for? On the local news, huh? I would hope something good, not something bad. I would hope it would be something positive, optimistic. I would hope that it would give hope and, I don't know, just something good, not bad. What do you wish your phone could do? Oh, goodness. There's times in the winter where I wish my phone would start my car for me, or my SUV. There's times in the winter where I wish the phone could, you say, car come, and then the car just pulls up. Just saying. That would be really nice. What is something you thought would be easy until you tried it? In life, we are presented different challenges for different reasons. I don't think it's to test us. I think it's so we learn from every challenge that arises before us. I don't know. To answer that question honestly, I would say you just got to go with the flow. And some people, see a problem and they avoid it. But I see a problem and I find a solution. That's the way I work. So tomorrow night, here on YouTube, your bombshell will be doing a eulogy for my tooth, as well as my last will and testament, and singing a couple of songs. You don't want to miss it. God bless.